for St. Peter's in the last 7.5 minutes. Scramble for it, and Brown able to sneak it over the front of the rim. Starting point guard for this team for the second year after starting her career at the junior college levels. Nice ball movement there. A long two is good for St. Peter's. Now Rutgers has played 14 of its 16 players on the roster. Extra pass for Castro. St. Peter's draws within 5. We'll get into something here.
Yeah, they're able to reset a really good job by Martino following her shot. But then they throw it away there. Kassondra Brown once again everywhere.
With the center running the floor.
Getting rewarded. I've been talking about it all game. People have been sleeping on the defense of Kassondra Brown. I mean, she's really just been everywhere, shooting the pass.
So Lau tries the 3. Brown has the offensive board and the stuff back. Again, neither team shooting all that well. Neither team shooting better than 30%, but Kassondra Brown knocking down a shot there. That'll help.
Again, Rutgers continuing to push the pace, and Kai Carter's got to get a little more involved here. Got to find her shot within this defense and get going. Nice move.
And there's the roll for Brown, rewarded.
You just got to be a sound defender, you know. You can't reach in, and like I mentioned, you're going to get rewarded there in a steal from Kassondra Brown.
Sidibe back to Brown, laid it in.
And showed us her range, but she's just really off-balance bucket there, just off the glass. She's just looking so poised.
2-player game here to get Brown open, weaving her way for the and 1.
To be agile and move and weave in between.
With back-to-back double-doubles to start Sydney Cook's super senior season. Kassondra Brown back on the floor.
And just keep playing into the buzzer horns.
Under 10 seconds to shoot here, and Brown comes up with another steal. Good positioning defensively. Sidibe. Smeichel emerges with it. Cutting it back for Brown. Holds it, shoots it, and scores it. Well done there by Brown.
I wish I didn't see the game like that because I am a huge basketball fan. I wish I had just watched the rhythm and the flows because that's just as important.
Your time here as an assistant coach after you came back, got your degree. Of course, your time here as a player, a National Player of the Year, and your time in the WNBA with Coquise. You got to coach with or under.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, not a deep bench. You know, they get in foul trouble. They have to make a lot of adjustments as Sidibe comes back in the game. But, you know, that's something you want to do right there.
And who can provide some scoring for NJIT? That feed coming from Alejandra Zuniga. But Rutgers with some active hands poking it away.
This is going to be an issue throughout the season if they don't clean that up.
Brown, helping Rutgers, saving Rutgers on that possession. Smeichel set up, but missed the 3. And Brown tracks down the long board. Streeter gets a try. It's good. It's a 3. And Rutgers back in command by 20.
Multiple teams in multiple conferences just bringing that veteran leadership.
There's Kassondra Brown in the center and feeds it to a cutting Sidibe for 2. Great connection.
Yeah, she loves that side. You know, even though she finishes with a little character on them, just trying to make sure that they're not off to their races.
Here's Brown, who has range from there, and shows it off. Now Rutgers outscoring the Eagles 11-5 here in the quarter, and North Carolina Central can't get any. Streeter saves it. Smeichel, that's a long 2. It's good. 9 points for Kayleen Smeichel.
Just continue to carry its legacy as she gets acclimated here.
That's a team that wants to play quick but has played great defense tonight as Kassondra Brown gets another block, and Sidibe feeds Streeter. That's up-tempo offense. Inside for Cornell. Gets to the left side and can't tuck it in, but Brown comes flying in and the putback falls.
It's not exactly what they are known for, but they are not shy about taking a chance from behind the three-point line.
Playing his Big Red team. We'll see if Rutgers continues its success on the glass and can clean up the turnovers as they get it for Brown, who swishes 2.
Around the perimeter, and Brown finishes it off with a jumper.
Late shot clock here as that one's blocked away.
They are listening and learning and evolving, trying to get it done on both ends of the court.
Three goes down, a much-needed one.
She's up to near 28 minutes a game now, and it's the conditioning factor. She is in such great shape, works so hard in the offseason.
Kassondra Brown at the opposite ends.
Brown, that transfer from St. Peter's, positions herself for a 2-on-1 break. Nice pass set up by Kai Carter. Carter looks her off, gets it inside. She has had to follow Mike Sell all over the court and has learned a lot about defending her today.
The steal from Kassondra Brown. Speaking of defense, able to turn it into offense. 21 for Schmeichel with the basketball right now. Spin move from Kassondra Brown. She's had herself a nice fourth quarter.
15 points, 6 of 8 from the field. Don't cut them out too soon. That 90 still within striking distance.
That's true for this team. Three goes down. Brown stays hot.
Right, earlier she gets the steal and scored. Oh, by the way, I can hit the three too.
Streeter gave it back to Carter, trying to set something up. Here's a long two, good. Kassondra Brown.
I think they're going to let her get active early, try to find her on the perimeter.
McKenzie lost the handle, and it's taken away by Rutgers. They're going to need to break out of a drought. 6-0 Illinois scoring run. 3 up top, good. That'll do it. Just like a defensive back, Cook read that play perfectly. Bryant inside to Bostic, and now turns it over. Lead at 20, Bryant picks up the dribble, tried to find Lopez inside, and a steal by Kassondra Brown.
So we get underway here in Piscataway. Looking quickly for China Cornwell, and immediately, Tim, the size advantage shows itself. Young, a two-time all-conference pick, but Rutgers once again gets points in the paint. Brown sets up Cornwell. Sidibe gets it inside to Brown, who gets quadruple teams. Carter gets a great look, and Rutgers cans another. Kai Carter's first 3 points. Look inside. Hill shares to Young, who gets bottled up. Brown and Schmeichel were there.
Rebound the basketball. She's had a couple of nice offensive rebounds, and she's been able to attack the Rutgers zone, which has helped Hampton stay within this couple points of the lead. And Rutgers caught a break there, Dom.
That's for sure. It was their 18th turnover as Lafayette connects in the mid-range. And we're knotted at 36 now as Brown tries to gain positioning. They feed it to her, a triple team, and that's the right pass. Antonia Bates, good on three.
You're right, that's the right pass right there. The referees are going to call that, and it's been a lot of travels here today.
Chen will advise pass to Mitchell, and Princeton gives it right back. Sidibe, oh, it ends up finding Lafayette, and she got it.
Reach, move your feet, but, I mean, their length just really makes up for it.
Brown. Yes, another and one for Rutgers.
Was working at the beginning, which is attacking the paint. Princeton was letting them live in the paint early in the game, and you saw Brown there cleared out for her.
As it bounces off. Brown from three. Book it! Maggie Connolly back on the court. St. Rose spins, and Brown blocks.
That cannot happen. You can't have your shooter wide open like that, but a big bucket from her to knock it down.
Brown, good move, and there's the layup to get Rutgers on the board in the final quarter.
In fact, both of these teams, Megan, have struggled with turning the ball over. 0.57 and 0.51 in assist-to-turnover ratio, respectively, for these squads, as Sidibe gets the seal inside and finishes the easy one.
Allow her team to set up in a set defense.
Sidibe right into Brown. Brown will try it. She's got it, 21-8. Drive right inside to Brown. Tipped away by Williamson. Brown gets it, fakes, drive back out. Schmeichel to the corner. She'll pull up, and she's got it. Kapanis looking to drive right in. Fake, leaves it for Cash. Cash up, no. Rebound, Kapanis up again, blocked away and out of bounds. Stick it with 24 on the shot clock, so no change as Schmeichel, she wants a three. That one good. Schmeichel from deep. Kassondra Brown firing up. No one stops ball. Brown right at Kapanis, lays it up and in. Now down to 16. Sidibe hands it to Smichael. 5 to shoot. Brown on the wing. She'll have to try a 3. That one good. Kassondra Brown knocks down the deep ball for the Scarlet Knights. 2 set up. Back Brown. Brown fakes. Drives at Brigham, leaves it for Cornwell, who lays it up and in. Beautiful pass by Brown.
And shifting and moving that zone by Rutgers.
Diamond Miller almost sniping her. Another steal in this first half.
Player of the year, Katie Benson was also another Ivy League star that played at Maryland as a grad transfer.
The spin and one, the birthday girl.
Is doing just that. A little spin cycle, pivot, split the defense that's coming from the help side up the basket line. Nice strong footwork and finish. She's not gonna sulk because her shot's not falling. I mean, she has 4 steals, she's got a couple of assists. She's doing other things to help impact the game.
Kassondra Brown counters with her own 3-point play.
She stood up, she was gonna get trampled on. Got tangled up. And then she just decided, you know what, if I get up, it's going to be worse. Well, defense has been the difference maker for Maryland to get back to what got them that lead. They were only up 7 at halftime and just expanded it. And she scored over 2,000 points in her high school career, so she can get a bucket herself, a youngster.
Brown goes underneath a difficult
14 turnovers against Michigan, but the last game against Indiana, they lost 21.
Right, and Amy Williams says, hey, we're not a team that can turn teams over easily as Rutgers gets another bucket in the lane. Kendall Coley trying to get things going, giving her team a chance to stay in this game.
Well, Rutgers has a chance inside for a quick answer, and they get it off the hook shot from Kassondra Brown.
Sidibe working through the screens inside. That is good for Brown, splitting defender. Brown calling for it, thinking she has a mismatch with Battle, backs her down, and goes up and in.
She kind of like shoved that ball up there in the air for that to go.
In fact, it's only freshmen who have scored to start off this third quarter. Brown in trouble, pulls that bucket out of her hat. 5 seconds for Sidibe. She'll put up a 3, too strong. Smichael flying in for the offensive 4. And there's Brown sidestepping everyone.
Off the miss. Here comes Smichael. Brown staying patient and then just sidesteps everybody. Somewhat off balance, yet still finishes towards the rim. And the sidestep of Misha, even a little bit.
To avoid a shot clock violation, lob inside, stolen away anyway. And sneaking out ahead, Sidibe beating everyone. Bates.
Heads up play by Brown, gets a steal, then the pass. And the pass is great because
this is Awa Sidibe. Could give it inside to Kassondra Brown. A pass into Cornwell, and she lays it in. Good defense by Myers, trying to force that turnover. Rutgers does a good job to get that over half court. Pass inside, looking for Cornwell again. And the only forward listed on this roster.
Being in the right place and the right time is about half the battle when you're down there on the low block.
3 Terps in double digits. That's put up and in by Kassondra Brown. Just twice so far in the first 8 minutes of the second half. Carter's going to take it all the way and score.
Peanut butter, no jelly on that. That's all good. It was a nice idea.
And now Rutgers with a 3-on-1. Brown leading the break. Sidibe kind of got stuck, but put it off the glass.
Shining through on that particular play. Great execution on their out-of-bounds play.
Patience for Kassondra Brown to snap the Michigan run.
The Blues defensively.
Ophelia on the drive. Now, I asked her if she was 5'9", and she made sure to tell me that extra inch was important.
NJIT. How amazing is that dynamic? That was probably pretty cool, but the fact that they're still connected is neat.
No question about it. Big part of the opening part of the season. The change to move Smichael into the starting lineup. Carter more off the bench. She had 8 points in the first half.
High level.
Now this was an 11-point game at the half that the Wolverines have doubled here in the second half.
Oh, pass in to Cornell, and a great bounce pass there under the Michigan State defense. As Hageman taking it over to the right. Into Ruers, but just too long. Fighting the press, and Schmeichel. Into Brown. Brown a little bit of a spin, off the glass and in.
You notice two different presses here.
Oh, Sidibe looked out of control, but found Brown for an easy lay-in. Turned turnovers into easy points. Schmeichel picked up her dribble, and Brown open again, laying in for two more past Thompson. Rutgers has not been able to go in the transition the last couple possessions. It's a good adjustment by Penn State. They do find Cornell, and she's right there at the bucket.
Stay up by 5 from that chaotic turn of events.
Yeah, that was Jonasia Cash, who Rutgers was saying went out of bounds. The Scarlet Knights do come out of the timeout.
1 of 2 today. You don't want her to get hot.
Streeter can't answer, but Brown on the offensive glass puts it back in. Looking downstairs, takes it herself. It's contested. She missed it. Schmeichel, now Brown in there to clean it up. Lafayette, got it! Rutgers by 2.
Top of the key, a drive inside, kicking out. Schmeichel, her first attempt from 3 is good. And Rutgers back in front.
Parrish thought the foul call was on her first, so the crowd reacts to what happens on the court all the time.
Brown inside, triple team, momentarily steps through and scores, +1. 3 minutes to play as Rutgers will try and trim this deficit back. They were in control after 1, but Indiana has flipped the script. As Brown drives against Holmes and scores. Nice scoop layup.
Berger's the other leader, the most experienced player on this court for Indiana.
Brown makes a move against Geary, steps through and scores.
And Indiana's been able to get 14 points off of turnovers so far.
That pass was intercepted, read well by Brown. And that pass is kicked out. Now Streeter has a look from 3, instead will drive. Finding Brown in the post against Holmes, muscles her way in and scores.
The most prolific three-point shooters at Holy Cross, now 1 year at Wisconsin, doing it. On the other end, Kassondra Brown through some contact.
Floor and Sidibe in control, finding her down low. This is what they did all game long against Penn State right now.
Trying to rectify that today. Another loose ball, and Sidibe is first to it. 1-on-2. Scores anyway.
Got to find the shooters.
Yeah, the Barbara perfect. The rest of the Badgers are 1 of 11. Brown takes a try, and she says, I can answer. 1 basket separating Rutgers and Wisconsin. Kassondra Brown with just the second 3.
She's just so pure out there knocking it down. You cannot leave her open. She just had too much time.
Brown inside and 1.
Say on that, everyone not paying attention. She's somebody you got to locate.
For Purdue. Brown tries a 3. It's good. KB showing you that she's a stretch 5. Bench.
Well, Waltman is, or this is the last 3 from Brown. You see there a nice job.
Lob downstairs. Brown couldn't handle it, but claims it back through the double team. How'd she do that?
Not able to get it to go. She came into this game the last 3, 14 of 15 from the floor. That includes 5 of 5 against Indiana. And that includes Mackenzie Holmes. As the Hawkeyes shooting 53% from the floor. They lead the nation in field goal percentage. Great look inside, and the finish by Brown, knowing where she is in the paint. And Clark gets to enjoy it from the bench. 15 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds for her as Rutgers gets that to fall.
I'm flying in to get the block.
Brown mid-range, yes. Another one of those centers who can stretch it. Walsh passes out. Kassondra Brown was bothering her. And now Sidibe has the steal. 2-on-2. Bates steps through. Walsh fading away. No. And Michael has it. Ahead for Brown. What a catch. What a lay-in. Acrobatic stuff.
Don't know how she was able to bring this one home, but she does. Keeps her composure and lays it in. Rutgers up 1 now with Kayleen Smichael to Kassondra Brown.
Here's Kayleen Smichael splitting the double team, trying to scoop it. Oh, Cornwell's there to put it back in, but she can't. Third try, Brown, she got it. Now the turnovers, it seems, have finally come to cost them. But still a chance as Walsh tries it but missed the layup, and then Northwestern gives the foul.
Feeling like they have something to prove, like they can be the one to make a run. Copeland tries to dish it off, and it's picked off by the Scarlet Knights. It'll be Kai Carter taking it out for this last look into Kassondra Brown. Knew exactly how much time she had and won. 8 different times this season, including most recently against Northwestern, 6 of 6. Against Bradley, it's normally Wisconsin that finds itself in a deficit in the first quarter against such a strong Big Ten slate as Kayleen Smichael. Past the midway point of the second quarter, Wisconsin has cooled down a bit, 48% shooting. Backing down is Brown. She wanted that one-on-one match, and she still sticks with it. But Barbara dumps it off to Williams. Was stood up there, Poshpishalova, right into Cornwell. But they did it on the defensive side as well, forcing Rutgers into 17 turnovers. Sarah Stapleton has it stolen away by Kassondra Brown.
First, Hartley was in the rotation, really didn't get off the bench as of late. A key piece of this Michigan team, takes charges defensively and not afraid to be aggressive. The teaching moment, rather than let them see it through a few possessions down the line when that play might be in the rearview mirror.
Nolan on the wing, throws it down low, Wolverines. Now Lafayette drives in, throws it down low to Brown. Brown's able to get it to go. Right back down, out to Wiggins at the top. Wiggins tries to go find Hobbs, but gets it picked by Sidibe. And then Sidibe finds Brown, and Brown goes up.
Kind of comes into play. She's got to come off this screen tighter. I mean, you see how easily they've been able to come over it. That's not giving her any space to attack the glass. Kassondra Brown got her back there on that rebound.
It's that next woman up mentality that Illinois is operating with. Sidibe spins, shares, and it's an and one as Kassondra Brown gets to the 10.
And you said it, I mean, Shoop Hill, 6'3", out of the game. You got to attack all of the bigs here. I mean, they're down 1, they're having to adjust. That was a terrific spin move from Sidibe. And Kassondra Brown, she was really coming into her own, had 22 points against them.
Brown stepping inside, and 2 long strides for Kassondra Brown.
Not her name much this quarter, but she's been so important to this team offensively the last month and a half of the season. Sidibe with a floater.
Sidibe read the defense. Northwestern needs to get a paint touch on this possession to force Rutgers to collapse down into the paint.
Blocked by the Scarlet Knights. Rainey tried to take it right back, but she can't.
Into the same post conversation as players like Mackenzie Holmes, Alexis Markowski, that dominate the paint and rebounding. As China Cornwell dials up the mid-range. Shooting 42% this season. It has dipped Christie in Big Ten play to 37%, still quite solid as Cornwell goes underneath.
In the restricted area on offense is what Rutgers needs to sustain.
And it's why China Cornwell works so hard. She says our team doesn't score a whole lot. We need those extra possessions and easy looks. Kyra Cook too long. Peebles getting the assignment on Kayleen Smichael. She's got 4 points so far. 3 seconds on the clock. Goes up and under, was patient, and there is Brown cleaning up the glass. Gotten every shot she wanted and drained them today. 7 of 10 from the floor.
She's scoring 18 points a game, just under 19, and she's just been phenomenal.
Absolutely true, and it has worked out tremendously for the Illini as Bryant has Carter in a pickle, and she gets out of it by finding Brown underneath.
Bye.